Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is going to be a brief little review for Green Lantern, the animated series, episode 5, Heir Apparent. And this was a good episode overall, though it did get somewhat predictable, and I think that may be down to because of how many sort of pop culture, themes that they play on. There were just things that were a little predictable to me, but overall it was a good episode. Basically, you have Hal and Kilowog still on their seemingly lonesome journey back to civilization. They still have to deal with the potential threat of the Red Lantern Corps, and Razor is still on board. He's fully decked out in his Red Lantern garb, though he does seem to be still working for the good guys, so that's something. The ship's AI now has a super deluxe robo suit that allows her to walk around, and similar to the holographic Doctor from Star Trek Voyager with his mobile emitter. And because she has such a large presence on the show, this was something I figured they'd do eventually. It just makes sense to get her more into the action. But because of the Red Lantern threat, they feel they have to build up an army, kind of, and they go seeking a Green Lantern on this, planet where a princess, soon to be queen, her rule is being challenged by this big hulking brute that I guess he was meant to serve as a red herring, but I didn't really fall for it. And she has a sheepish little brother. More on him in a moment. And basically the local Green Lantern comes in and takes up the challenge, kind of sort of like a mock time from Star Trek, the original series. And when this Green Lantern goes missing, and is found by Razor and the ship's AI to have been murdered in a weird sequence where he pushes her to the dirt when some guards walk by, and it seems like he's humping her, and it's just like, hey, Razor, no means no. And but so they find him murdered, and basically Hal jumps in his place, kind of a la Kirk in a mock time, and there's this funny little sequence where the princess has to teach him how to use a speeder bike, kind of playing on themes from the movie Avatar. And what ends up happening, rather predictably, is they sniff out who the real villain is. But what was unpredictable to me and was rather a shocking surprise was when Kilowog is seemingly poisoned and killed. And I was like, what? They killed Kilowog? And, because, this show could really go anywhere. But, of course, that was a ruse to sniff out the real villain, who turned out to be that sheepish little brother I mentioned earlier. And a chase ensues, and we end up with the princess herself ending up a Green Lantern. And, of course, she has to stay behind as the boys move on. But, that whole battle arena and flying around on the speeders was very sort of Star Wars Phantom Menace-ish, even down to the Wilhelm scream. You heard that in the episode. And but I did think it was cool that she ended up a Green Lantern by the end of it. And I do like the AI walking around on her own now. And otherwise, for what the good things that were in this episode were, I thought it was a decent one. So I can't wait to see where they go next. And that's pretty much all I have to say on it. So I'll catch you later. Peace.